Well, my nightly alarm to remember to go take my anxiety and allergy pills just went off, so we're just back where we started. And again, I apologize. This is just kind of crappy angling here. Not a ton I can do about it. Tell you this much. These Elite fans have much better rubberized feet that feel a lot more secure and a lot less judder resistant, I guess would be the way to say. You know that as these things spin, they're not gonna jostle around and knock into each other and make a lot of noise. So that's nice. Oh yeah, there's like one unsunk screw here. I totally forgot about that. There it goes in. And so we're now in business. I can like just visually look down each of these and see like, oh yep, that's in, that's definitely in. Like really squeezed down. You really want to be sure not to over torque these because it's metal into plastic, so it'll just shear the plastic in half and it'll just split. Which is a fun day for no one, except for maybe the manufacturer who gets to sell you more stuff. Okay, back up, installing the standoff screws. LGA 1700. Hey, first one I grabbed. Who knew? Tighten all 4 screws until firmly secured. I'll be right back. I need to go find the right socket. They're like identical in both directions, it looks like. Yeah. It doesn't show them as identical. They definitely are. Oh no, one side is just a ish. No, I think they're exactly identical. Oh, that's a little mind-boggling. Okay, I need to go find the right socket for these. It only like barely catches this. You know, I did buy the other little pack from Corsair, so Just in the event that these like mislabeled or something. No. It's look exactly identical. Then like depending on what angle you look at, you're like, no, that's just definitely a shorter side, but it's really not. They are precisely identical. It's a little mind-boggling. All in ever so slightly. I'm just trying to get them all lined up, and then we will remove the padding. Right. And one does have to appreciate the new ASUS boards. Again, tighten like a drum. Don't want it putting uneven pressure on your motherboard. That would make for a sad day. Okay, just getting all of these put in like this, and then we'll lay it back down. Grab these standoff screws. Now these should be threaded very precisely, so you technically shouldn't really be able to over thread them, but they are open on the back side, so I don't know, I wouldn't be overly secure in that. I mean, there is like a back plate here too, preventing it from over pressurizing. You take whatever stock you want in that, and whichever direction you want to take it in. Okay. Okay, we are going to pop in the RAM here. So the only annoying thing is that these cables kind of on the wrong side, although I feel like you can remove the LCD and put it back on where you want it. It's just a matter of prying it off. There we go. Yeah, we're just going to attach that. Oh no, it looks like it has to go in that orientation. Although theoretically you might be able to unscrew it and move it around. Alright, well, I don't love the cables on that side. I really wish I could get them to the other side. This is clearly made to go in the other direction. I'm just going to take a quick reprieve. See if what I'm wanting to do is a possibility. It doesn't say anywhere, and I don't really want to be the guy who futzes with it. And has my day ruined, so it does just like kind of click on there. I am going to remove some obnoxious tape. Holy crap, there's a lot. It's like ground. I know you don't want the plastic to get scuffed, but like, it's plastic. It's not like it's like a titanium housing or something like that. Yeah, let's set that aside for a second. Just go ahead and screw these in so that they are firmly attached for the instructions. Looks like we had them pretty close. Okay. I'm just going in reverse order here. Okay, you get one shot at this. And I am not someone who likes to reapply thermal paste because I've never done it. So we're going to try to avoid that. Which means RAM goes in now. Remember that this went, and I left one slot closed, that way I wouldn't get confused. But it goes in 2 and 3. Make sure the pins line up. I'm finding with these DDR5 modules, it's easiest to go like do one side, then do the other side. For whatever reason, it just goes in a little smoother that way. And we'll just leave these other ones open in the event that I ever need more RAM. It'll be ready for me. Okay, so now, super obnoxiously, like, this doesn't tell you please go down to page 10 to continue your installation. Pump goes to commander core. Connect pump TAC cable to CPU fan header on your motherboard. Connect each fan to the commander core. Okay, I actually think that this goes into the. There's one that's CPU. Oh, there's one called pump fan. I think that that's what it goes into. Yeah. There's a CPU fan header, but I think that this is the pump fan. Let's just double check. And this on. Oh, come on. Z690. Oh my gosh, what is this called? I can't really think of the name of this motherboard. White. Force. It's called the Force. Oh my goodness. Okay, accept. Every time I come here, it's like I get a coupon. I have like a coupon bot thing. It's like you can buy stuff at Corsair. Like literally, I'm here for the motherboard, which is like literally the one thing Corsair doesn't do. The heck are the? I had the instructions pulled up on my specifications, maybe. Oh, I'm sure it's right in here. What am I doing? See, this is what I'm talking about. Have physical books. Actually has like a Corsair connector. So you can connect it to the Corsair fan hub. Kind of nuts. Okay, by default in BIOS, the CPU fan 1 sets it to auto mode and pump fan 1 sets it to PWM. So we'll just go for the auto. Looks the max current and max power are exactly the same. So you can just use hardware monitor to toggle fan speeds and adjust your fan curve. So we'll just go with the CPU. That's what Corsair says. So that's what we'll do. Obviously, we'll be installing that after. So I'm really just now just trying to get a gauge for, okay, how do I want to orient this? Looks like some cables are going to be coming down, but I really don't want to have to go over that. I would rather these cables be a little bit gross here and just track a little. I'm just going to like tuck them away underneath these heat sinks, plug them in here, and then this one can go down underneath here. Should be able to fit it like right between those heat sinks. And then we need to connect one to a USB header. That's the only one that's giving me some pause here. I think that all the USB headers are on the top side. I thought that there was one here, but Doesn't look like it. Might just be long enough to feed back up through the hole, come back around and plug into JUSB 2 at the top. You might also just be able to plug that into a commander core. Not sure. Shows them both needing to be powered by USB 2.0 headers separately. I think that this is like a USB-C, not like a regular USB. Yeah. Oh, don't unplug those. You'll never get them plugged back in again. Oh my gosh. Just getting that seated as a bear. Okay, so I think we're committed to this orientation. Whether we like it or not. I mean, you do get some lift out of these cables, which is kind of nice. I just wish these were tidier. This looks like it's just screwed in. I'm just gonna these screws I don't want to undo on the pump itself. These ones I'm a little more willing to undo. Need to check to see what screw. Okay, these are Phillips 2. So we'll need that as soon as we install. I guess like 2 of my cables are already managed out to the side. It's just this USB one that I'm really like, need to do that. Yeah, I'm just realizing I can't reorient this. There's the hole for the connector is right there, so. Yeah, we're just committed. The cables only fit one way. It's a little unfortunate, but like, if these are the only cables that are really not the best managed, we'll be okay. Because there's nothing that says I need to like connect this now. I'm actually just gonna set this aside. We'll come back to that, place it on top when we're ready after we put all the cables where we want. And I'm not worried about like the thermal paste sliding around. I'm also not worried about that like coming unclamped while we're in the middle of seating this. Okay, just gonna give myself as much cable length as possible. For being honest, I'm just procrastinating this because it freaks me out. Well applied thermal paste. I love their little robots work. Remember to tighten this like a drum. Where possible, this last screw is giving me problems, so I'm not really able to do that. I'm just getting these all seated. Christmas. Oh my gosh, go in. Thank you. Jeez Louise. Proper mounting pressure is crucial. I want to make sure that's evenly displaced. Ugh, stressful, man. They always come out crooked, like. It just drives me nuts. They'll stop screwing when the threads are done. Remember, because these do terminate. So go all the way down. Makes it so it's impossible to over tighten. Oh, that's a stress relief. I can kind of feel my body relaxing, but it knows we still have to do this, so it's not totally giving me time of day. What the heck? Man, the pump fan. It's like literally one wire. That's anxiety inducing. Okay, come on, straighten out. Fly right. Okay, that fits through there. Yeah, it's like ever so slightly twisted. Not in love with that, but then we're just gonna kind of like stick this inside of the heat shield. Okay, this is like a 3-pin, so do have like a Corsair 3-pin. Or I think there's like an adapter that came with this. Oh, it's slotted to just take 3. Oh. There we go. It's obnoxious. Okay. It's in place. That's in place. I don't know if this is gonna fit all the way under and over, but I am willing to try it. I don't know if that was intentional on Be Quiet's part, but these things like barely fit under there. Like 2 nanometers of clearance. Alright, let's squeeze this through. That actually cleans up that look a little bit. I don't love the aesthetic of the braid. And like the teeny tiny pump connector cable. Like those are not my favorite. If you think that's rad and Borg-like, then good for you. I do not share your radtacular feelings. Okay, you do have to use a Commander Core XT for this. My feet hurt, so I'm gonna pull up my chair. Oh, and drop down my desk. As this part is going to be nothing short of tedious. Did leave a SATA connector here available because I anticipated that we would do this. And then this USB will just go up into the USB on the Commander Core Pro. So we can just attach those now. This does take a single pump temp monitor. Doohickey. Make a dealio. I can't see. So that went in. So looks like we're oriented the same colors. Okay, now to get these all in the right order, that's gonna be the most fun job ever. It's just a gross hodgepodge of wiring. Okay, this is the top one. So I think we want to go from bottom to top, then over and around. Now you should be able to recontrol these with IQ from everything I've watched and read. Though Corsair is adamant about you getting them right the first time, presumably just to save you headache, frustration, anger. But my guess is to prevent customer complaints and returns. Jaded, am I? Perhaps. Okay. Okay, these two are the internals. Fans doesn't matter, it's the RGB hub that matters, by the way. So we could just go ahead and plug in all of the fans. Okay, this is gonna go top, and then top up, and then it'll go inside. I think we have it set to go like over, around, and down, but we're gonna have to reconfigure this because these are all going in here. This goes in here before we forget. Line up the white lines. Just does not. It goes in and kind of clicks in, but that feels janky. Okay, to RGB. So we know that this one is RGB 4. Oh, 5. We'll go fan 5. And no, we are not cable managing this tonight. I know somebody's gonna ask. Or comment rather. Okay, so this is 3. And just to keep this clean and clear, we'll go to 3. Okay. I am terrified that this will not go to post. And if we're all being honest with each other, really won't know what to do with myself if that happens. Okay, so this looks like it's that bottom one, but it's not. This is actually 4. It's 4 over here. They do provide double-sided sticky tape, whatever. That would be awesome, but like, well, that kind of like went inside of there. Oh, this Commander core is not the most well-built Corsair thing I've ever used. Okay, this comes from number 1. This comes from number 2. I'm mostly just lining up the fans just in case I ever need to assess an issue or replace one or to just sate my ever-present need for order. I don't know, you describe it however you want. Not offended. So looks like one got shoved back down inside. Oh my goodness. That's a rat's nest if I ever saw one. Yeah, it's like too much volume to stick right there. I think this one kind of needed to go right here and then just find a home for that one somewhere else. But this is a future Joshua problem. No, seriously, like, I'm not dealing with this. Not today. I do need to be careful that these wires don't all get broken off in here, and I also, oh, you know what? Probably the best way to resolve this problem is to just like move all these power cables out of the way. Let's stick it down with them. So because I can't fit it right here. I know this is gonna have to come off so that one can fit, so. But oh my gosh, they're like, hope you feel wedded to Corsair for the rest of your freaking life, because we ain't going nowhere. Oh, there it goes. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, so if this goes up here, while this tape is still live, oh my gosh. You need to find this a home. I don't know that it has a good home, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe down here. I have never had to cable manage such a rat's nest of anything ever before in like my entire life. Oh, I got a cable stuck to it. That's why. Let's reorient these. The other way around, and we'll just get this in here somehow, some way. This is suboptimal, but it'll work. Ugh, that's gross. The only place this will fit is right there. So I just need to find whatever I did with that. Oh, double stick tape. This is this way up. I'm not 100% sure. I just lined up the white markers. So hopefully and presumably that's, you know, what mark indicators are for. It's the Wild West out here, it appears. Yeah, so I would say if you're doing this, make sure you have more than enough room for your RGB connectors, headers, etc., etc. I still gotta find a place for the Leon Lee controller. So that's giving me a little bit of concern at this point. So because of that, I'm gonna like nestle this up as far and close as I can to that one while still being like, you know, workable-ish. Looks like I've removed all cables from behind. That's as good as that's gonna get. We're gonna have to cable manage these all down and around and all that shit stuff. Boop. This is, again, the worst rat's nest of wires I have ever laid my eyes on. Everything I read online did not do justice for how nuts this is. I still have Leon Lee Sturmer cables to go in, which again, we're not doing tonight. So I didn't see any other plastic stuff to remove except for on top of the LCD fan. I'm just going to make sure this goes to post, and that's going to be it for tonight. You'll just get to watch from up top because that's all I have for you. Let me see if I can get this angled. Let's shut this down so we don't get a repeating signal. I use my work computer on HDMI and then my personal rig on display in. Obviously is pretty effective. Oh, I cable managed this like a genius. This display port isn't cable managed. Yeah, so it's cable. Okay, I know it's bad luck to close up your case, but I think I'm going to put the back panel on at least. Well, let's see. I think we can move this around. There you go. Don't judge me. My setup obviously needs some massive cleaning. Oh, they did provide a USB splitter, which I might use just to clean this up a little bit on the front side. This is all stuff I'll just deal with in 2 days. Tomorrow I'm going to be gone for work all day, so not super looking forward to that, but my big goal in life was to get this done, so. This is going to be as sexy as it looks. I'm going to do the GPU after, so this is going to be displaying from Integrated Graphics. Just removing a variable as we get to post. Just doing one last. Doing a peel of the plastic. I can like hear the whir of the electric and it's freaking me out. Come on. Plastic on this LCD is no joke. shrink wrap than the. Okay, well. Just like sagging so bad. Not made to carry these weight limits. Please assist. Okay. These Elgato Flex arms are pretty flexible and fairly sturdy, but they're not, anti-physics magic. What are we waiting for? ESD strap for good luck. Wait, was it like on before, but now it's off? Oh my gosh. Give me a freaking heart attack. DisplayPort reads. LCD for Corsair reads. Oh my gosh. I was having a heart attack over and over and over again there. We made it! Holy crap, fam, we made it! We got the post! Glory, glory. I love that the CPU is somehow glowing red as if it's like on fire, but the liquid temp's at 23 degrees Celsius. Which obviously like all temps are in Celsius. Da da da, yes, I know. Thought it might be freaking out because we don't have a keyboard connected. That would make a lot of sense, to be fair. We're just gonna try to plug this in. See if it loves in or hates us. There's a BIOS flashback button on this, so that's helpful. Oh, this is kind of like mind-boggling because all of these are backwards. Because it's inverted. Okay. Okay, keyboard's on. We're not going to alter anything here. Note that the DDR4 or DDR5 is set to 4800. That's stock. Will enable XMP later. Fan info. You can see all your fan curves here. Basically, we just have the CPU fan in. That's why none of these system fans read. So we're not going to be altering those through MSI. I'm going to need my phone back to do some debug code, but I think that should do it for us. Not doing anything else right now. Oh, what? No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, you can store a snapshot and I stored it to the USB. Shoot, this is first, right? I am not used to MSI. I'll give you a search too, huh? Motherboard, CPU, memory, BIOS, build date, all of that. Like I can hear the fan whir a little bit. Once I close this bad boy up though, I don't even think I'll be able to hear it. Okay, let's see if this works. We've done it. We have done it. All right, well, I'll be doing my Windows install. Just gonna need to bust out a new mouse. Saw here first, G502. Probably needs to be charged a little bit, so we'll just direct connect it over USB. Okay, and then I need to go install my TV downstairs, so I was potentially going to try to find the motivation to take you guys through all of that, but I don't think that's going to happen if we're being honest with each other. They used to give like a really premium braided cable with this. That's what I got on my old one. I do like this rubberized. It's like almost silicone feel, but the braided was really nice because it was super distinguishable, if that makes sense. All right. Now, I didn't get this mouse for $100 to use it wired, but just while I'm installing here, I think this will be the easiest path to joy and happiness. All right, friends, thanks for joining. By the way, if you don't have a product key, just put I don't have a product key. I'll get that later. I've actually heard that Pro has a lot more bugs than Home right now. So I'm just going for a Home. Install. Oh, it's not letting me press enter. Oh, you can press space. These aren't correct. I'm gonna load into BIOS. Alright, we're gonna make one change here. We're gonna go up to the video card. Just make sure that that's functioning properly. And I'm guessing it's F12. Wouldn't let me go to BIOS. I mean, I know I installed it in M0. Just a little disconcerting that it's not showing up. No mouse still. But the M2_1 is the one that we want. That's the one that is directly fed to the CPU. So regardless of what it's showing there. Yeah, until Pro gets more debugged, we're just gonna go with Home for now. They were all 2 terabytes. Duh. Drive 0 is the one that we want. I was thinking it was larger. It's not larger, it's just faster. It's Gen 4 instead of Gen 3. Oh, sounding like a heart attack. All right, friends, thanks for joining. Just gonna let this install, update some settings, and then we'll get into IQ and all that stuff in future videos. But I think this is where we're gonna end for now. Thanks for joining the longest video but the most consequential. Leave some comments down below if you have thoughts, ideas, suggestions, or tips. Please let the others in the community know. I probably did a whole bunch of things wrong. Tell people that so they don't do the same things wrong that I did. Until next time, good luck out there having fun. Keep on building. Bye for now.